Alright guys, welcome back to another Tamro College dungeon guide. This is going to be Vaults of Madness. We'll do the hard mode at the end. I'll go over all the mechanics. I actually really enjoy this dungeon. I like the aesthetic of this dungeon. It's weird. I always suspected, I've never dug into the lore on this dungeon, but I've always suspected that this is like some other part of Crypt of Hearts. It's very strange. But it looks like we got everybody here. So we're going to fall through the floor here. Oh, it scares me. Every single time. Oh, man. Yeah, we're going to get some story stuff here. We're going to get some ads. The store's going to take a second to open. We're going to get some ads here. Shut up. We're going to get some ads here. You wanna kill that that harvester first. It looks like it's gonna wander off. Gonna hang up. So we're gonna aggro all these ads here, kill all these ads. There's not really anything in this group of ads that you necessarily have to prioritize as far as killing it first. Everything in here is pretty simple. The harvester has to die though, like the harvester and the ogre. Actually, it looks like oh no, wait, that's the boss. I'm silly. I think that's the boss that wandered off. That's funny. But yeah, kill the ogre first, and then kill everything else. I'll chain all this stuff in here. That's actually, so what we saw there with the harvester, that's actually the first boss. I forgot. For some reason, I thought that was an ad in the dungeon. It's not. That's the first boss. We'll see here in just a second. Well, the first actual boss. There's a mini boss before that. We're gonna continue here. There should be, yep, they're gonna get a watcher. So what you're gonna want to do on this watcher is just taunt him and turn him around. Like turn him around here. He does that. He does an AoE here as a tank. It's not hard. The only other mechanic you're gonna get on that is he's gonna spin around. And when he spins around, you want to block that because it's kind of like a knockback. So this boss is actually really interesting. So this boss does a mechanic that puts a tether. It's like a blue tether on someone in the group, random person in the group. And so what happens is the tether is actually equal. The tether is actually equal to. See, we killed him so fast he didn't do it. So that boss does a tether on a random member of the group that is equal, and it starts doing damage to the person that has the tether that's equal to the damage that's being done to the boss. So what you want to do is you want to either DPS that boss so fast that he dies before the tether happens, like that, or what you want to do is you want to sort of tailor the DPS so that your healer can heal whoever it is that the tether's on. So you basically won't damage them to death. The only mechanic you got here is you saw that that person got picked up there. This boss will pick a random person up in the group. It's just kind of annoying. It won't actually kill them. The only other mechanic you got to worry about here is the wave, like you saw the fire wave that came out of the boss. Other than that, you just tank her, you turn away from the group, you tank her like that, and then occasionally she'll pick someone up. It's like I said, it's not too terribly hard. The orbs that she pulls in there, they'll normally die to cleave. Let me grab this ogre. You got an ogre in the back. Just block this here. But yeah, the ogre has to go. The ogre's got to go. Other than that, there's not anything else in that ad pull you got to really worry about. You're gonna get some ads here on the stairs down here. So this ad pull here you can actually skip. If you just go this way, you can just completely skip it. Most people do. Can't skip this one. Gotta do this one. As far as targets go here, kill the Atro. I like to kill the Atro first and then just sort of chain everything else in. Alright. Alright. You're gonna get some of these little bankins down here. And I think we get some other ads that run up on us here. Yeah, they're over there. Just sort of line of sight everything here. It all stacks up from there. Yeah, this is my favorite dungeon in the game. As far as aesthetics and the last boss fight and like the mechanics in the last boss fight and how it all looks, I love this dungeon. It's absolutely my favorite. It's absolutely my favorite dungeon in the game. March of Sacrifice is probably my second one. So that boss there, this boss is actually really annoying. So what I like to do with him, so he has a mechanic where he's gonna run, like you're gonna see in a second. Let me see if I can aim it. He's gonna run. He will basically pick a direction in front of him and run in that direction. But what you want to try and do is position him in between one of these two pillars. So you want to block that. Position him in between these two pillars here, one of these two pillars, so that he'll run in between the two pillars. It's actually, this boss is, so yeah, so you see it's perfect. So now what I'll do is I'll turn him around, and so that way when you tank him this way in between these two pillars, the boss will stay in enough cleave that he should die. If you don't do that, the boss will run all over the damn place, and it just sort of takes a while to kill him. He doesn't cleave, you're going to want to face away from the group like you saw. I blocked it. Other than that, the ad management in that, you can chain the ads, and the ads will normally sort of bring themselves in, line of sight themselves in and die. Like you saw, it wasn't too bad. You can also, that boss isn't too deadly to the tank, and he doesn't do any kind of AoE around the room that you have to worry about. So what you can do is have the DPS just go clean up the ads, and then they can come and DPS the boss. I'll fall down here. Alright, we're gonna keep going. This is really cool here. This is why I love this dungeon. It reminds me of like Alice in Wonderland. Watch yourself, by the way, on this one here. There's actually a clip. There's a really funny clip on my Twitch channel of a guy who took this too fast and went right off the edge, right over my head there. So we're gonna get another ad pull here again. There's not anything you There's not anything you really need to prioritize here. Just sort of, I think I'll chain all this stuff in. Just chain all this stuff in. Just kill the ads. Little banking over here. Little archer. As a DPS, for this, as a DPS and a healer for this, you just want to make sure that you're not standing in front of any of these bosses, basically. This whole dungeon, don't stand in front of any of these bosses. Most of them have cleave. This next one especially, I'll show you guys. It's an interesting one. You can skip this out. Alright, so this boss is actually really interesting, guys. So, what you're going to want to do here is, grab this boss, and you want to keep him turned away from the group. You absolutely want to keep him, my horn. Block that. You got to block that heavy attack. Lava is actually not too, you have to dodge. So, you see what happened there is if you don't dodge that cleave he does, if you don't sidestep that or dodge it, he'll knock you down. It's just sort of annoying. Block that, and then sidestep this next mechanic. You'll see it. What you want to do is just do this, and then reposition him, and then just do this. You can just do this, basically, back and forth. If you get knocked down there, it won't kill you. It shouldn't kill you. The heavy attack actually does a lot of damage. The cleave that he does, it won't kill you as a tank. It's annoying. It won't kill you. As a DPS, you don't ever want to stand in front of that boss because he will kill you. If he hits you with that cleave, you will die. These are the Naruto ads. I call them because they run down the stairs like Naruto with their hands behind them. Typically, it looks like they got stuck there for some reason. And we're going to continue here up the stairs. Look at the Naruto ads. So funny. Alright, we're going to go this way. This is another boss. It's a boss, but it's more like a mini-boss. It's the, I can't even pronounce that name. So what you're going to want to do is just grab this boss and turn him around. He's similar to the boss in Elden Hollow 2 that does the, like the flame breath in front of him. I'm actually going to take this opportunity. What I like to do is I like to take this opportunity and just chain these ads in, because he's already dead. Can't chain that one. Am I like stuck on something? Strange. yeah, you're gonna see, you're gonna get some ads here. Just kill the ads. I'm getting pinned to the floor by something. That's weird. Yep, boss is dead. Like I said, it's more like a mini boss. Just as far as mechanics go, there, just face him away from the group because he does that fire breath that's kind of annoying. Other than that, it's not hard. As a DPS, just stand behind him. Try and cleave as many ads as possible. Your tank should be pulling them in. What we're gonna do now is turn a corner here, kill some more ads. That bomb, by the way, don't stand in that. The mage, the Dremora mages are the ones that cast that. If you guys want to focus them, you can. If you happen to get caught, by the way, in one of those bombs, just block. It shouldn't kill you. Alright, so we're going to jump down here. So these ads, I actually have never actually bothered figuring this out. I think they just keep respawning. So what I typically like to do is I like to taunt these things and then run them up the stairs. I think it might be similar. I think it might be similar to, if you guys are familiar with City of Ash 2, there's a portion there on a bridge where the ads will just keep respawning and they just keep respawning and they just keep respawning and they just keep respawning until you kill the little mini boss. I feel like that might be the case here. Like, I've hung out down there forever. I've had DPS hang out down there for like 10 minutes, and I finally was like, guys, can we go? Can we continue? But yeah, you're gonna get some ads here. Not too terribly hard. Anytime there's an Atronach up, I try and focus that Atronach first. Atronachs and Ogrims. Atronachs do a heavy attack that can be kind of. They can one-shot DPS. That's why I like to. That's why I like to focus them first. There's a mini boss right behind us. I'm so shocked we haven't aggroed him yet. So, just grab him, turn him around. I'm gonna blow my horn here. Grab him, turn him around here. It's like a little mini boss. He's gonna do a knockback. You're gonna want to block that. Block that. Like you see, everybody in the group knew what they were doing. Other than that, this boss doesn't do much else. You can block that little laser. The green laser is the tank. As you can see, just face him away from the group. Most of these vanilla dungeons only require you to have enough resist to not get one-shotted and be able to block. They're pretty good about not being too terribly difficult. Now, the DLC dungeons are another story. They ramp up the difficulty, but they're DLC dungeons. They're different. So you're going to get some ads here. Kill the ads. Then we're going to go up the stairs here. This boss is actually really neat. This boss also drops a... I think it's either Flame Staff or it's either Worm or Rattle Cage Staff. It's a name drop. I think it's Rattle Cage. So this is interesting. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna taunt this boss. He doesn't actually move like according to where I'm standing. But what this boss is gonna do is you don't want to stand in that. It causes a knockdown. So periodically, and you see the fire there, you don't really have to block that heavy attack. He's going to do a line of fire out in front of him. You don't want to stand in that as a DPS or the healer. As a tank, you don't really want to stand in that either. He's dead. So what he'll do is if you get too far from that boss, by the way, as a DPS, he'll jump to you. So you want to stack up behind that boss. Even as a tank, you saw me roll dodging those jumps that he does. Those jumps are really annoying. They'll knock you down as a tank, even if you block it. That's why I like to roll dodge it. I don't like to get knocked down as a tank ever. Because what happens is when you get knocked down as a tank, a lot of the times it repositions the boss. And people lose DPS because if the boss is moving, he's probably not standing in your AoEs and he's probably not standing in your ultimates. So it's sort of a general rule as a tank. Wow, I just jumped way far. What in the world? As a DPS, or as a tank, specifically, you want to try and keep a boss as still as possible unless there's some kind of mechanic that requires you to move him. We're going to go through here. We're going to get some more ads. We're going to get some more Naruto ads. I like to pull all these guys over here. Even though they'll probably die, we get really high DPS in screen. So what happens there is if you pull these mages around the corner, they won't target anyone on the other side of the corner, so your DPS won't get bombed out. We're gonna get a watcher, and I think there's some more Naruto ads. Look at them. They're coming to get you. Ninja style. Whoa! Block that. All right. We're gonna kill all this stuff here. I'm gonna chain these mages in. Right. all these ads. We're coming up on the last boss here. All right, guys. So this is the last boss. This boss is actually, this is my favorite. This is probably my favorite boss fight in the game. This is hands down my favorite dungeon in the game. Like I said, March of Sacrifice is my second favorite. If you fall down here, by the way, don't worry about it. You just take the stairs up. So we're gonna grab the hard mode here. Hard mode you activate by taking the scroll here. Difference between hard mode and difference between hard mode and non-hard mode is the boss does a lot more damage with his mechanics, and I think he summons some more add. I think he has like a million extra health. All right. So this boss won't actually move at all from where he's standing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stack up here, just DPS him down. He doesn't do anything that's particularly deadly to the tank here. What he will do though is he will spawn some ads. So you're gonna notice he's gonna start lighting these braziers behind us. When he lights them all, he's gonna do a mechanic. It's gonna either require you to get in or get out, and I'll show you exactly what I mean in just a second. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna manage these ads. My horn. We're gonna manage these ads for the group because this boss won't actually move. You just keep taunting the boss. Like I said, he won't actually. We're getting ready to get the mechanic. I hope we don't DPS him too fast because you guys can see it. So it's gonna be right now. So you're either gonna get in or get out. So what's gonna happen here is the DPS will die. The DPS will die if they stay in this. I'm gonna try not to. I didn't actually die. I lived. So the mechanic here is you either get in this circle, like you either get out of the middle circle, this middle circle during that mechanic, or what'll happen is everything outside of that circle, like you'll see like a bubble, like a purple bubble, and you want to get in, right? So it'll indicate to you. You'll see the light and you step out, or you'll see the purple bubble above your head and you just stay near the boss. And it's random. It's completely random. I had enough. I'm a good enough tank. We had a good enough healer that I just sort of face take that. As a DPS, that white circle will kill you, even if you're standing like right here. You have to stand like way back, like right here. It doesn't indicate like standing right here will actually get you killed. That's it on that boss. We DPS the boss pretty fast. The only other thing I didn't see was that boss will spawn an attribute that you have to grab. He'll start one-shotting people. But yeah, this boss will never move. You just basically tank him here the whole time. I suggest you get out of that white circle unless you're comfortable mitigating all that damage and your healer's good enough. Like I almost died there. Other than that, guys, that's it. That's my guide for that's gonna be my guide for veteran Vaults of Madness. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We are going to be doing Banished Cells 1 either today or tomorrow. That'll be up on the YouTube channel. If you like my content, definitely feel free to subscribe. If you like my video, definitely hit the like button. I also stream on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/berserkzod. That's it, guys. You guys have a good day.